right, welcome back to the podcast, everyone, where we hope you're ready to have some big fun. I'm your cadet, and with me, as always, is my jolly good pal, Garrett.
Hi.
Hi! So, I didn't realize it until now of recording that it is St. Patrick's Day!
Yes.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Did you do anything for St. Patrick's Day, Garrett?
I had a drink.
Just one?
I had just one drink.
Okay.
I went to the shelter today though, before that. I got to work with the dogs for a few hours and then I came home and had a nice drink after all that chaos.
I, of course, had to have at least 1 pint of Guinness. Very,
Yeah.
very savory. Went to a pub down the road with my dad. And then we watched 2 of the films in the Leprechaun series. I don't know if you've seen any of those movies.
I have not. I've heard of it, but never seen it.
They are terrifically bad. If you ever need something to laugh at, but you kind of still want that little bit of like, ooh, little jump scare here and there, that is the perfect franchise for you. I will definitely have to make you watch them this summer.
Yes.
Because it's terrifically bad, but in a good way. it gives you a good laugh. It's not something for you to, it's just something to sit and have a good time and make fun of with your friends.
Yes.
Now, we have reached an important milestone with our podcast. We have made it to our 5th episode.
Yay!
Now, it may seem like a small thing to celebrate, but anything is worth noting no matter how insignificant it may seem to others. So, we thought we'd use this time to answer some questions and just have a little bit of fun with it.
Okay. So, then you know what? I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Where did our podcast name come from?
It is a bit quirky, isn't it?
Yeah. I know the origins, but I would love to hear you explain it.
So, originally, we didn't really have any direction of where this was going. It was kind of on a whim. We don't take this too seriously. It is honestly just a place for us to unwind and have an honest to God conversation. You know, very real, not as edited as other podcasts do. We literally keep it raw. And we kept trying to think of a catchy name. And one of our favorite musicals that we listen to together is called Heathers, which is based on the original 1980s film. And if you don't know, there's a particular song called Big Fun. It's when all the high schoolers go to this house party. And, you know, part of the chorus is it's time for big fun. And we always say, oh, we like having some big fun whenever we go places. So we kind of thought, why not make that a part of the name? So we did some sketching around the name. And then I think one day I just messaged you at midnight saying, hey, I got it.
Yeah, you did.
Like, big fun podcast. Like, it's time for big fun. Like, so it was very random, but it wasn't. But again, it wasn't a planned thing. It kind of just hit me out of nowhere. I'm like, what do we do the most together that would match the energy of our podcast? So I'm like, well, we always have fun together. And then I'm like, big fun podcast. Like, it matched our energy so well. And the whole point is to, you know, we have silly moments here and there. Maybe once in a while some deep conversations, but honestly, it is just a place to have some fun. So I couldn't not name it that.
Yeah. It was great. I honestly, which by the way, we are absolutely going to listen to Heather's on our next trip.
Yeah. Planning on going back to some roots. And one of the traditions we always do is we listen to the entire musical in a car ride up to Tahoe.
Yes.
You would think we were trying to audition for New York, but it is an honest to God tradition. We listen to it on the way up and then on the way back down.
Yeah.
So very much looking forward to that. Maybe Maybe we'll do like a little mini vlog, but obviously
Ooh,
we'd have to cut the song out because copyright
yeah,
restrictions.
sad.
But we'll put, some free music over it, and you just
Yeah.
have to see us mouth the words to it. But yeah. And then, all right, this is a bit of an interesting question. To listen to how it's phrased.
Okay.
What do you think was my most embarrassing moment?
Ooh.
In all the years that you know me, what do you think? You can obviously pick more than one, but if you had to pick one or maybe two, what do you think was my most embarrassing moment?
Your most embarrassing moment. Okay. So I don't know because I would say that we didn't have a lot of embarrassing moments together. We lived our lives like we wanted to. Um and really I don't know. Cuz that's a hard question to think about. What would be your most embarrassing moment? Like I know mine.
Yeah, I have a few for you, but the
Yeah,
problem is I think I have an answer, but we cannot say it. It's a problem.
yeah. I don't know if I can say mine either, but I guess mine's I guess it would be more tame maybe. But
Yeah, the ones I have for you are pretty tame, but if I had to answer this for you, I honest to God could not say it out loud. But I didn't know if you remembered something I didn't.
well, and yeah, unfortunately, like I don't think I could say it out loud. Um, I'm trying to think of something that's like a little bit tamer. Um, like unfortunately, it's like what do I say? Like you were late to school that one time, and
Okay, no,
like
that
when
one that
and
is an
I went to
actual
come
funny
get you.
story. Okay. So so since you're gonna pick that moment, let me set the scene. We are in, was it junior year? It had to be junior year.
I think it was senior because it was
Was
wasn't
it?
it Robica walking or something?
Yeah, so
Because Robic walking was senior only, remember?
oh, you're right, you're right. It was a new class they were trying out. It was part of a gym credit, but it was literally just our gym teacher walking us on different trails.
Like a dog, by the way.
Yes. Okay, yeah, he was not just a PE teacher, he was like, you would think he was training for the Olympics because his version of walking was sprinting. So, I had a very bad habit during senior year of oversleeping. And there was one day, my phone's just buzzing. I guess I fell asleep with it against my cheek. It's buzzing. And I'm like, I am not this popular. So what's going on? At first, I'm like, do we have an alert? Is there a child missing? Like, I was freaked out. And I got a message from someone else in the class. And most of them were for you. Like, dude, where are you? Hey, like, the bell's about to ring. We're starting. We still haven't seen you. Roll call just went. Hello? And I text you saying, "Where are you?" And you're like, "We're walking past your apartment." I'm like, "Stall for me. I don't care what you have to do. Stall for me." I am putting on the most junkiest clothes. I don't even think I brushed my hair. I am zipping to the front door and I am jogging up to the class. And I casually just joined the flock of sheep. And it wasn't until we got to the front gates of school, my teacher comes up to me and says, "Sleep in?" I'm like, "Yeah." Luckily, he was very sweet and cool about it, but it was in front of the whole class. And he's like, "You have to go check in. Everyone else go change." And I just see everyone looking at me, looking the worst I've ever looked. And that's saying something because in my senior year, I did not care anymore how I looked or presented. So I had to
Yeah.
go strut myself to the front office. And at our school, if you were late, the office ladies would have to call your parents. And I got a pass because both my parents worked on base. My dad was still active, my mom was retired, but still worked on base. And my golden ticket was one, there was no signal where they worked, and two, they were always busy to not take calls. So they hated me because every time I got up there, I'm like, oh, you can't reach my parents, by the way. What do you mean? I'm like, you can try, but they work on a military base. Good luck. And I would have to just stroll in like I own the place. Like, yeah, that's right. I'm not like other kids.
Oh my god.
So that was definitely one of the more PG answers.
Yeah.
And then
What
I
would you think mine is?
mm, I I don't want this to come out bad, but you have a lot to choose from. You
No, and you're right. I have a
um
lot of embarrassing moments, but I have one in my mind in particular that I think it's PG enough to say.
I was thinking about all the times you've gotten banned from Dollar Tree.
No, not Dollar Tree, Dollar General.
Oh, sorry, Dollar General. You're banned from what, 2 stores?
I'm banned from 2 Dollar Generals because I'm too crazy to go into a normal Dollar General.
I mean, I think you should explain. It's not like you were going in and like destroying
Well,
property or anything.
no. So the first time I got banned from a Dollar General it was around Halloween time, and I was dating what did we decide to call him? Sid? Fucking whatever the
Yeah,
fuck his name
Sid.
was. Um I we were putting on these like masks that they had were for like Halloween, and we were having so much fun, and they told us to cut it out. I should have stopped there and been like, "Oh, good kid, need to stop." No. I put on another mask and I put my hands up and I did the fucking Pennywise run, which I have a video of it. Swear to God. And I tripped and fell on Sid while he was filming me. And that got us kicked out of the store, and they actually banned me, took my photo and everything, and kicked me out. I am not allowed at the Dollar General anymore. I don't even remember why I got banned at the second one. I don't know what I did wrong. It might have been
the
just
same thing, or maybe they're all in cahoots and they like.
I don't know, because they were just like, you need to get out. And I'm like, what did I do? And they were like, get out. And I was like, what the fuck? I think it just might have been that they all talked to each other, and they told that branch, because they're kind of close to each other, that I was banned because I was being obnoxious and kind of in danger of like destroying their stores. So they just were like, get the fuck out. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. So I've never been to a Dollar General after that. But I will say that is not my most embarrassing moment that I think of.
I'm trying. The problem is, I probably know it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. So I'm waiting on your cue.
So, do you want me to tell what I think it is?
I think it only seems right that it comes from you, because I think I know it, but I would rather you say it than me accidentally say something.
I actually don't know if I've ever told you this story.
Ooh.
So I used to work at Walmart.
Okay, hold on. Before we begin, first of all, I'm hurt. Second of all, go on.
So sorry. I never told anyone this story because it was the most embarrassing moment of my life, and it still is. But now I laugh about it. It was my first day, and I was training, and I was wearing my favorite black pants. They're my work pants. I used to wear them at the shelter. I used to wear them everywhere, and they were great. They were the only pair of jeans that did not bother me, and they're less like jeans and whatever the fuck, I don't know. And underneath, I'm gonna be as PG about this as possible. I was wearing these boxers, and they were rainbow boxers. So I thought, those look cool. I like those. Thinking no one's ever gonna see them. I was standing next to my coworker, and I bent down and I hear this and I went, "Ooh, my pants ripped a little bit." I looked down, my pants ripped from the from the waistline of my pants all the way down my pant leg to the very bottom. My pants split entirely in half.
Oh my.
And I went, "Oh shit." My coworker looked at me and went, "Oh my god," and turned away. And I ran out and into the bathroom, and I had to call my dad to bring me a new pair of pants. And he couldn't find a new pair of pants because all my other ones didn't fit me. So we had to go in the store and buy me a new pair of pants and come over and bring them to me in the
No.
bathroom in the Walmart so that I could wear those instead. And then I had to work with that same guy for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you
That is
definitely
my
never
most
told me
embarrassing
that.
moment. Even
Paul
yeah, my
agreeing with
dog
you.
agrees.
Oh my oh.
It was my most embarrassing moment. And I
Okay,
think it shocks people to know that.
that was definitely not the one I was thinking about, but
Uh-oh. I would love to hear the one that you were thinking about because, like, honestly, nothing embarrasses me anymore after
I'm gonna
that.
say a code word, and if you get it, it's your decision to talk about it or not. So I'm gonna give you the code word, okay, of the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Rammstein.
Oh!
Because it's so recent. Well, no, you told me recently, and it's
Yeah.
it's so embarrassing, but at the same time, you have to laugh about it. Because if not, it's just the most awkward situation I could imagine being in.
No, we could tell that story. I know it's not PG though. Um,
Um, you can tell it. I just, maybe replace certain words.
yeah, I'm gonna be as PG as possible about this.
Okay, the floor is yours, sir. The floor.
Okay. So, back in my I would say back in my days, a couple of years ago, I think it was right after I broke up with Sid. I was kind of looking to rebound um and just have a little fun. And I met this guy through Tinder and we went on 3 dates, 3 separate dates. Date 1, I went on it with a friend because I didn't trust him. And he turned out to be an okay guy on the first date. He was a little weird, but I'm not too worried about weird. I'm weird, so I wasn't scared. He was kind of odd, and that's fine. And everything seemed to be going okay until the second date, where things got a little heated. Is hold on, you maybe I guess we'll have to maybe censor this if it's too much, but going down on him. Is that a good way
No,
to phrase
it's
it
because
without it being?
I already know the story, so I already have the visual in my head. I'm sorry.
I know. And like with my mouth. Not
I didn't think
oh
you had to clarify that part, but thank you.
I yeah, I I felt the need to clarify. Um I everything seemed to be going fine until he paused midway and said, "Hold on, I want to put on some music." I went, "Oh, okay, sure." And he put on um Rammstein, this German metal, but specifically Du Hast, and then started tapping on my head and singing in German while I'm doing this to him. And he pauses. I think it lasted about 5 minutes of this, by the way. And I was starting to get nauseous from how much he was touching me, like on my head. Like he's tapping on it like I'm a drum. And I'm like, oh my God, when is it going to end? And he goes, do you like that? And I went, no, please, please stop. And he goes, oh, sorry. Which, by
I
the
like how
way,
it took him 5 minutes to be like, "Is this okay?" And you
yeah.
kind of down there like you've been on a tilt-a-whirl ride. Like, no, I'm not okay.
Which, by the way, he didn't stop, really. He just acknowledged it and then 5 minutes later kept going, and I just, like, did not care enough to, like, tell him no. I was just like, whatever. He's having a good time. That's what he wants, I guess.
Also, side note, the song choice is interesting because the song title and lyrics translate to "you have" or like "you hate."
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out why he thought that was the best song for this interaction. You know,
Well, I
like
guess
you. I don't know.
he just thought that, like, I don't think he really knew German. That's the thing. Is like, I know what it translates to, but I don't think he did. I think he was just one of those people that enjoyed the music because of the sound and not because of the lyrics.
I
But
really hope
but
so because just imagining him being like, "Yeah, you have me." Like, it's just very a bit aggressive for like a second interaction.
yeah, and then I proceeded to go on a third date with this guy, which was even worse, by the way. Like, and I won't go into detail about that one because it wasn't like anything weird happened. It was just that I realized that I could not handle him. I just would have much rather have done anything else than hang out with him again. He he just wasn't my type, and I found that out very quickly through this very quickly learned lesson of why you should never let a man sing Du hast mich while tapping on your head like that.
It's it was a very unfortunate incident, but at least now you have an interesting and slightly embarrassing story to tell.
It's still not my most embarrassing, to be honest. That's, like, I think the weirdest story I have, but, like, that is not the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
I think it's more of an embarrassing situation than like, "Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed." Like, it's just a very awkward,
Yeah.
like, first time with that person type of story, but that's the one I was thinking just because I'm not trying to visualize it happening to you, but just the thought of being intimate with someone and all of a sudden they go, like, "Oh, okay," and then they play German metal, it's kinda like, "Oh, where's this going?" Like,
Yeah. Which, by the way, if anybody else has ever listened to his music, there were like 100 other songs he could have played from this artist's selection, and it would have fit the mood.
yeah,
But he
there
did
are
not.
slower songs that woulda kinda gone with the mood, even if the lyrics
Yeah.
didn't. Read the
Or
atmosphere, my guy.
at least pick a song that the lyrics match. I feel like even Ryan Rouse would have been better than what he was playing. Like, so sorry.
Honestly, any other song probably would have been unless
Would have been
that's also your thing, maybe it is, I'm not judging, I'm just saying, one person was having a good time, the other was just constantly being
I was so sick. I was like,
maybe he
can
was
we
trying to match the beat, but didn't want to, like, kick his leg, and he was
yeah.
just tapping you like a microphone.
I'm like, bro, please, like, stop singing. Let it go.
Oh
Stop
my
touching me
god.
on my head. I just want this to be over. You're prolonging it.
Like this question?
That's what I feel like was happening, was that he was trying to distract himself. And I was like, can we not have this be the distraction? I would
Please.
love if the distraction was not this.
Like, bitte schon, bitte.
Like, please, my friend. But it was not happening. And it's like, oh well, you know what? I can't. It shocked me.
Well,
Anyways,
you
I
live and you
think
learn.
yeah, I think we should move on. I have a question for you now.
Hmm.
Um, what is the most embarrassing thing in your search history?
Mm.
Mhm.
S- uh, hold on, let me like scroll through my phone. Um, I'm not trying to be that person, but honestly, my search history is very bland. Um,
I wish mine was
honestly,
that bland.
the only spicy search content I have is fanfics on Archive of Your Own.
Sorry, I thought
I
you were gonna say like Wattpad, but when you said archive of your own, that
uh,
shocked me a little bit. But like, I'm
um
not. I feel like I should be surprised,
um
but also I'm not. But like, it just
if
whoa kind of thing.
um it literally goes from what like Japanese restaurants are by me, price of gas, two cities for me, to straight up like One Piece fanfics of like Doflamingo and Crocodile. Like it's there's like 10 pages of fanfic history, and then it goes back to like which mixture is the best for making cakes. Like um it it's I'm not embarrassed of it, but it's one of those things if someone went through my phone, I would be a bit embarrassed of the idea of someone reading what I'm reading
Yeah,
because of the judgment they might have of me. Because I think the stereotype is you read what you want to have happen to you, and that's not always the
yeah,
case with me. I am just a sucker for a good story, especially with canon relationships or like non-canon relationships.
yeah,
So I'm mostly not embarrassed of my search history, except for the idea of someone seeing how much fan fiction I read.
yeah. No, I
I'm like
get
a
it.
12-year-old girl still, like hiding in my room at midnight under the covers, like, let's see how many fanfics I can read. Bookmark, bookmark, bookmark. Uh, I'm almost afraid to ask you what's the most embarrassing thing in your search history.
I oh boy. So two things, I guess. Um, I like. I don't. I don't know. So, if we're talking recent, the most embarrassing thing I have ever looked up. Embarrassing. I guess the most embarrassing thing recently I've looked up. Um, which I probably wouldn't share this with just anyone, but like I'm gonna say it for the internet now. I looked up the prices for a furry convention in LA.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That's
I
honestly not what I
also
was expecting, but I'm unclutching my pearls now.
I also looked up the Lizzie Borden house. Um, I mean I don't. The only thing that's really truly embarrassing is the amount of times I looked up Dumbo Rat in about 10 minutes. I counted before it was 30. 30. 30 times.
Okay. Why that particular
because
animal? Why?
because I've always wanted rats as a pet, and my birth mom has some, and I'm like, I want rats, and like if I get one, I have to get two, and I want to know like, and so I just started. I looked up Dumbo rats, but apparently I looked it up 30 times. I don't remember looking it up 30 times, but it certainly says I did.
I'm sorry.
30
How
separate times.
is your search history more tame than your most embarrassing moment? What is happening? What I'm not saying I wanted something, like, raunchy, but, like, come on, I know you. Like, I know what that mind's capable of.
I know. The only okay, you know what? Here we go. Um, these are all within, it seems, 2 hours of each other. And apparently I looked up, can Airedale Terriers be good guard dogs? That's normal. Few minutes after that, I asked, do people who get sick on planes? And then I searched it up a second time, 2 hours later. And then right after that, I searched up Seven Brew, which is I think, a place in Tahoe or something. I have no idea what Seven Brew is.
Man, yours is so tame.
Oh, it's a drive-through coffee place apparently in Sacramento.
I'm still going through mine right now, and I honestly have nothing, like, exciting. Like, I know people are like, "Yeah, let's hear it." I I got nothing but fan fiction, fan fiction, fan fiction,
I
fan
don't.
art,
Why are we
Oscar
tame
review.
compared to our, like, some of the things that we talk about? Um,
Because we're both
what
curious
is
by nature, and we will literally look up what is in our mind. So I really expected one of us to,
to have something like embarrassing?
yeah.
Oh my god. Ew. Sorry. I looked up bloody nose. I don't. I mean, these are all pretty tame. I mean, I don't have. I looked up my salon so I could book an appointment. Um, I looked up a bunch of stuff for this game that I was playing, and Roman numerals and pretty normal stuff.
How is the juiciest question probably of today the most tame and boring? What is happening?
Like, I don't know, because I don't look up weird things, I
Like,
guess.
half of my search history is fan fiction and then, like, looking up movies. Like, if I cannot remember the name of a movie, I will, like, write down the plot or, like, what is the name of a movie where girl does this and that and meets so and so? Like,
Yeah,
I'm so boring.
I looked up
Alright,
my favorite drink, and where to find it other than Safeway, but apparently you can only find it at Safeway. I looked up Rhodesian Ridgeback. I was looking at apartments apparently.
looked up cotton candy machines.
When exposed to a dog illness, what sanitizer do you use? Okay, right. I I looked up iron lung popcorn bucket 10 times. Um, I also cannot spell because I'm saying these as if I spelled these correctly, but, like, at one point I typed in female horse names and I typed in female dot horse namawa because I can't spell. And
I bet
then this
even
was
Google was like, "I don't know what you're trying to say, man. I don't know."
okay, here this is where it starts to get weird. I apparently searched up how long until horses give birth, but what I really wrote was how long till horses dot golf birth. And then I searched up Everclear, which is an alcohol. I don't know why I looked that up. And then I and then I searched up horse names again. Um, I also then searched up what a mare is. I did a lot of research on horses this night. And then I searched up right after that bone shaped medication and then
What?
Markiplier. Because there's a medication shaped like dog bones because it was developed specifically for dogs. And then they found out that it worked for people too, so they just never changed the shape because they thought it was cute.
Okay, I'm moving on. This is getting just weird.
I I know.
Um, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh, 5 years? Okay. So I guess in 5 years, I see myself hopefully with a some sort of job with animals, and in my own place. I technically don't live in my own place, but I want to live alone for once and have, I don't know. I find the idea of the fact that I could be on my own completely, and like I could prove myself right and say that I can do all this because everybody around me has always said that I couldn't, and I want to prove not to just them but like for me that I can do that. Sorry, my answer.
No, I love it. I love it. Because it's very focused about you. That's great.
That's kind of my hope.
I think it'll happen.
I hope so. What about you? What's your, I guess, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Mm. Um, I definitely want to have an established career.
Yeah.
Um, whether that be in publishing or in the writer's room, wherever my path leads to. Um, let's see, 5 years. I would like to be either in a relationship heading towards marriage or already married.
Oh.
Um, talking about starting a family. That's pretty important to me, starting a family of my own.
Yeah.
But I need to have like the right partner and like the right environment, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And I want to
Yeah. No,
be
I see that for you.
and I want to be happy with myself cuz I feel like if I'm not happy with where I'm at and I don't feel established and grounded, I feel like I won't be able to give 100% of myself to my spouse and my child or children, and that's not fair to them.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to have more confidence in myself. Maybe start building a dream home or finding a home where I could settle down, whether that be, here or on an abandoned island in Ireland, Wales, I don't care. I'll go to the outback for all I care. I follow love. I go wherever love takes me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I
That's
think
so nice.
that's very important to me, but I think a selfish answer would be being happy, like which sounds very odd, but it's very easy to say I'm happy, but when you start nitpicking at things that you wish could have happened or you want to happen and you have to come to terms with what stuff might not happen and you have to be okay with that or people tell you you have to be okay with that. It's
Yeah.
just it hits a bit different. I've always been kind of mature, but it doesn't mean that I'm not a dreamer still, but I would like
Yeah.
to be at a place where I can accomplish a dream, even if it's not one I thought of myself or one that I had. But
Yeah. Dude,
I
that's
think
so
the most
nice.
I know, I think the most important thing, like, besides having a career of my own would be finding that person to spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
Like, I know for some people that's like, "Oh, you can find that at, like, any point of your life," but I feel like I've always been searching for my person,
Yeah.
and I'm not someone that likes to rush things, but at the same time, I am someone that, likes to plan, and I kinda set up expectations that might not be met, and sometimes I find trouble being okay with that,
Yeah.
because I have to realize I cannot expect things of other people that I expect of myself.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes difficult to accept, but I think it would be nice having someone that kinda shows me that that's okay in life.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I take things a little too seriously, and I kinda need someone to show me a different light rather than just saying, "Let it go."
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I mostly just wanna be happy in 5 years. Like, I'm happy now, I'm settled, I'm neutral, but I wanna be happy, like, I wanna be able to show I wanna show, "Hey, I had this great partner. Aren't they great? I have this great career. It's great." I don't wanna be like, "Look at my big house. Look at all my" I don't want materialistic things.
Yeah.
I just wanna be able to show, like, I'm truly happy for once. Like, I have this amazing person on my side. I'm able to go do all these things with my friends. I'm able to feel established in my life for once, especially in this economy. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I think I just really wanna be happy
Yeah.
and be able to breathe and go watch the sunset without worrying about what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do tomorrow? What am I
Yeah.
gonna do in a year? I think it'd just be nice to just be
But
happy and not feel like I'm settling being happy, but I truly am in a happy place.
yeah. That's so nice.
I love that.
That's such an honest answer too. Um, I love it
Thank you.
because that was so perfect. Oh my god. Um, who do you wish could mentor you? Wait, am
Ooh,
I?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a 'cause part of my brain's going, "Who would I want to mentor me in film? Who would I want to mentor me in writing? And who would I want to mentor me in life in general?" It's very hard.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's tough.
I
Mm,
feel like there's a lot of different ways you could go with this.
I mean, you could go for, like, a funny answer.
Yeah.
Mm, like, my funny answer would be Matthew McConaughey.
Ah,
His voice is
yeah.
just so soothing. I feel like whatever he says, I believe, like, he just has that aura, like, everything's gonna be okay. I got
Yeah.
Matthew on my side, but ooh, I'm trying to think. That's a really hard ooh. Now I'm thinking, like, Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, well, that's a good one.
She's very aspiring to me, and she's also very beautiful, so I would just stare at her the entire time, like, "Yeah, whatever you say, I agree with you. Mhm, yeah." Ooh. I don't this is so hard. There's so many good answers, and there's, like, the funny one, the logical one.
Yeah. And it's like, which one do I really want to say?
I know. Ooh, ooh. I could say Tony Stark, like, um, ooh, but Robert Downey Jr. would be a good answer. He's been through a lot, and he's built himself up from the ground.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's a very genuine man, but also knows when to be a funny man. Ooh. No, this is too hard. Oh, no, you go, please. You go. You go. Please go.
So I have my answer. I don't know. I know that some people have watched Pitbulls and Parolees. I've mentioned it a few times on the podcast before. But of all people that I would want to mentor me, it would definitely be her. She has lived one hell of a life, from working with wolves and tigers on sets like of movies to running her own pit bull rescue with her family. I want to know. And she's done like a memoir um called, I think, Life with the Underdogs by Tia Torres. Please, it is one of the best reads. It had me crying from chapter 1. Each one is based off of a dog that played an important role in her family's lives. And I mean, I was so heartbroken at the end. Like, I'm even getting teary-eyed now, and I wish I could read this book over again from the very first chapter. I mean, I read this book within a night. That's all it took. And it made me realize that, like, she's an inspiration
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of people's lives. Like, I think as a kid, if you would have asked me this question, I would have been like, read Timmer, because I thought I was going to be a storm chaser. I want to go out there and film on the tornadoes. Like, don't ask me this question when I was a child. But I think now I would say, if I was very serious about my answer, Tia Torres. Um, she is amazing. She's done so much work, and I honestly, I'm so impressed with all the work that she's done. Um, in her show, I mean, she even has to, like, she moves from California all the way to, like, New Orleans, which, by the way, they had to take 200 dogs with them on this moving trip. That alone was enough to be like, whoa.
I get frustrated just taking our 3 dogs on a road trip. Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Now imagine going on a road trip with like 3 different giant vans stacked to the brim with dogs and crates, having to stop every couple of hours so that they can pee and go potty, and then having to, you know, do all this stuff and feed them and get them water. And some of them are reactive and some of them aren't, and some of them have medical issues, some of them need medication to live. Oh my god.
Well, not only
I
that, but
could
I
never.
had one of the things I admired most about her when I first watched the show was how she gives ex-convicts opportunities to work.
Yeah.
I think especially during the time the show was at its peak, there were a lot of places. I don't know how they are now because obviously, I don't have that experience, but a lot of places you could have the tiniest misdemeanor and they would not hire you.
Yeah.
And it may not be the job they want or wanted to do, but she gave them a home basically to go to
Yeah.
when they had nothing or no one wanted to give them a chance.
She had this saying, which I don't know if I can actually say this on podcast. Um but she basically would say, that she would hand these guys the rope, and whether they decided to use that rope to help themselves or use it to destroy themselves, it was their choice. And I remember watching it and watching people destroy themselves. Some people um, did really good, and like it was so cool. And I think it was her husband at the time's idea to do this program, and it was, I think, the best choice she could have made. And now she's got all these wonderful people working for her, and she's turned their lives around and shown them that this is how life could be.
Mm-hmm.
I think dogs have a good way of changing people. And I'm one of those people that support the prison dog programs. Um, and I think that she did a really good job kind of helping people see what it could be and helping them pave the way.
Mm-hmm. She's a very selfless lady. I think she's a
Yes.
very, like, we'll say a golly woman. Like, she's here to
Yes.
do something for the world, and she's not in it for any benefits or was it recognition?
Yes.
Thank
Recognition?
you. Recognition, thank you. Um, she's just a very honest to God woman who's trying to help, dogs.
Yeah. Now
Um,
it's your turn.
okay. So, since the question technically says, who do you wish could mentor you? I, if I could perform some kind of ritual, I would love to have the opportunity to have Robin Williams mentor me.
Oh, I feel like I shouldn't be surprised.
I I don't know what it is about him. He just has that magic of 1 minute dropping philosophy on you to then making you laugh or not take things too seriously. And it's one of those qualities I wish I could have. I feel like sometimes I'm too serious and too, like, Shakespearean about things. And I
Yeah.
feel like he would teach me how to find the humor in things.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, like, quote some of his quotes at me. And every time I hear them, I'm like, wow, this man, he was truly a treasure.
Yeah.
So I really would have liked to have been mentored by him if I could.
I see that for you. I think that's a great answer.
And it wouldn't even be like, oh, mentor me like as an actor. It would just be like as a person in general.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking to make me like you. I just want you to teach me what you know. Like, how, like, what do you think? Why do you think this? What led you to believe this? Just show me your mind, please.
Yeah.
Open the gates to your mind, please.
I think that's a perfect answer. It
Thank
really
you.
is.
Um. So okay, okay. What is your silliest habit?
Ooh. Uh-oh. Silliest habit?
Yeah.
So, Ender has, I would say, because I don't ever notice my habits. Um, I think I have like a handful that I would say that I notice myself, but the one that she has noticed in particular, she has pointed it out every time I do it. I'll be like writing something or doing some artwork, and I tend to kind of move my head like a dog, side from side, like kind of tilting it.
Oh my god, you do.
And she has pointed out, she'll go, "You're tilting." And I'm like, "I'm doing what?" She's like, "You're tilting your head. It's kind of cute." I'm like, "Whoa." I am? How did you notice that? But she watches me like a hawk. Like she knows. And so she'll point out like little habits that I do. And that's the one she points out the most is that when we're calling each other or on the phone with each other and my camera's on, she'll say, "You're tilting your head." Because I constantly tilt my head like a dog when I'm focused on something. It's really weird. Like I'm so focused on what I'm doing, I gotta kind of like lock in, and that's how I walk in
I gotta
apparently.
lock in.
I would say that's like one of my silliest habits that at least that I know about. I
Yeah,
feel
that's pretty
like
silly. Yeah.
I could say that there's like a couple, but that's like the one again that I noticed the most. I catch myself doing it now that she said it enough. I'm like, oh, I'm doing it.
Hmm.
I would say, oh, here's another one. When I work with dogs, I tend to, if they sneeze, I go, achoo, and sneeze back.
Instead of
Because
saying bless you, you're just like achoo.
yeah, I do it all the time because Bolt he'll sneeze and then I'll go, achoo, and then he can't help it but sneeze again, and I'll just keep doing it because he keeps feeling the need to sneeze when I sneeze. So so it keeps him going and he hates it. And then finally he'll stop needing to sneeze and he'll look at me and start barking like, fuck you. You made me do this. And it's very cute. He's looking at me now because I started doing it.
He's like, "Are
Um
you trying to start something?"
he's like, don't do this to me.
Father, why do you do this?
And I'll be at somebody else's house like working with their dogs. Um like I just went to go meet a new client the other day, and as I'm talking to her, her dog sneezed, and I went, achoo, and she went, what was that? And I went, oh, I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean to do that, but
You're like, "Sorry, that's just my silliest habit."
I'm like, I sneeze at dogs that sneeze because I think it's really cute. And sometimes they can't help but sneeze back. And so and I do it to the shelter dogs too. They're so confused. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like why are you sneezing at me? What happened? Are you
Like, who
okay?
is this guy? Um,
What would be yours?
also I'm trying to. It's the word silly that's kind of throwing me off. Like yours were actually like silly. Like that was very cute. I would say I hum a lot,
Yeah.
especially when I'm alone or doing something. I would say the songs I hum tend to mimic what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
So if I'm very like somber or like soaking, I'll sing like or hum like The Cure, like The Smiths.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm very energetic, I'll hum like rock or metal songs. If I'm feeling confident about something, I'll like hum Broadway songs. It's very like yeah, I kind of noticed that lately. Like the other day, I was very like mellow, and like I wasn't feeling anything because I wasn't doing anything, and I
Yeah.
kept humming a Smith song, and I'm like, I've been humming this song for like 2 days straight now. So
Mm.
I kind of started picking up like what artists I pick from when I start humming, and I correlate them to my mood. So I guess like whatever song you hear me humming, you can guess I'm like a mood board, but with songs. Like
oh, I love that.
so it's kind of silly, but I know most people tend to hum, but
Yeah. But
yeah.
still, I don't think a lot of people just hum their mood.
Yeah, if I'm feeling kind of cute, I'll like hum like poppy songs,
Yeah.
like maybe some Sabrina Carpenter, like Taylor Swift. Like I feel very cute right now. Like
That's so cute though. I do love that.
thank you. Now I'm gonna have to see if you noticed it when we're in Tahoe. We're just swimming, and I'm like, I don't know why I started humming when the Saints go marching in. By the way, I don't know why. I don't know what mood that correlates to.
maybe it's just that you like it. What have I been doing recently? Like this is I guess another habit of mine. I really like to repeat TikToks and stuff that I hear because it's just like, oh, it's so funny, it's so cute. There's this one lately, and it's like, um, we want you in the Navy. And there's this one
Yes.
part where he goes, "What am I gonna do in a submarine?" And I love that part so that is like my top favorite part. So I just sometimes I'll be like doing something like in the kitchen, and I'll randomly go, "What am I gonna do in a submarine?" And then people are like, "What? Like, what are
I
you talking about?"
I feel like unless people knew us, to hang out with us would feel like a fever dream because we do communicate in like vines, TikTok
Yeah.
audios, Instagram reel audios.
Like, do you remember when we went to the hotel and then that whole night that we were there at the pool, we just kept going, I am under the water because of that one
Yes, hello, I'm
vine.
under the water.
And I kept doing it while I was going underwater. Like, what, what was wrong? Oh my
We
god.
were obsessed with that over the summer because we were constantly like swimming and doing stuff.
Yeah. And so we were just like being nuts.
And then you
And
kept
so,
doing your Mort impression at me
oh yeah. Oh no, not the Mort
because
impression.
we had so many things actually planned, and then you kept doing that one audio of his.
King Julian, why am I tied to a stick?
And I can never remember King Julian's line, but I'm always like, because Mort the friendly gods, and then I stop.
Because like I, it's such a long thing, and it's like, oh yeah, sacrifice. I love that one. That's my favorite. I love the Mort impression. My dog hates it, but I love it. And I don't know. I think it's funny, but I think a lot of people would be like, "What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Do we need to call somebody? What mental asylum did you escape from?" Like,
People are like, now we know why he got kicked out of or banned from Dollar
oh my god. I feel like everyone's always surprised when I say that. I'm like, yeah, I'm banned from Dollar General. And they're like, why? What did you do?
It makes you sound like
And
such a criminal.
I know. It's like, who gets banned from Dollar General, by the way? Me. I get banned from Dollar General. Hi, I'm Garrett. like, I just met a bunch of new people and they were like, they were talking about places they've been banned from. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I got banned from Dollar General. They're like, Dollar General? Of all places that you could have been banned from,
You're such a
Dollar General.
criminal, such a delinquent. I cannot believe I
Yeah.
hang out with you.
And they were like, how'd you get banned from Dollar General? And all I had to do was show them the video of me running and laughing and then tripping. And the video cuts out right before I fall into Sid. Like, it is so funny. I wish I could pull it up here. But maybe I can. I guess I could figure that out. It's I it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like who gets banned from Dollar General?
You.
Like, why? What did I by the way, what did I do?
You are yourself. That's
I
the
was
cause.
I'm too funny for Dollar General. Dollar
Yeah,
General
that's
doesn't
exactly what it is.
I got banned for being too funny at Dollar General.
That's the equivalent of I'm too cool for school. Like,
Yeah.
okay, my guy.
Like, sure, that's the reason. It wasn't because you fell, you know, in the Dollar General on top of someone, mind you. I think the worst part is that I fell on him.
Well, I think it isn't. What? How do we keep going back to this tangent? I don't think it helps you that you're so naturally clumsy. Like, I think some people would think, "Oh my god, he's faking it." No, you're so clumsy that I think they probably thought you were being quote destructive on purpose when really you just have terrible balance.
Or they probably could have thought that I was like drunk or something.
Ooh, or like high. Yeah.
Yeah, because like who wouldn't think that?
I mean, it was California. Like, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying it was California.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's California. California is that's just how it be here.
Yeah.
So to have you know, I don't think I can actually upload it because it's too short of a video. It's like 2 seconds long. Maybe I guess what I could do is I could send it to you and you can like edit it in at the end. Or
Okay.
like edit it in like between, like right here, so that people know what I'm talking about. Or like later, or like earlier, like when we were talking about it
Or
originally.
just leave it out and like make you look so silly right now.
Yeah. Make
Okay.
me look terrible. Anyways, what were we talking about? Which question was this?
It's your
Funny
turn
habits.
next.
Oh. I'm trying to think here. Oh my god, my bad. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I do. Um First, I do want to say there is a difference between love at first sight and lust at first sight. I
Yes.
think sometimes people get those two very confused. I have heard a lot of pure and genuine love at first sight stories. I think if I hadn't interacted with people like that, I would probably say probably not. But for my parents, for example, for my dad at least, for him it was love at first sight. For my mom, she kind of was making him work for it a bit. But I think definitely for him it was very much like a zing. There's
Yeah.
just something about my mom that drew her to him like a moth, and he
Yeah.
never gave up. He worked his way to her heart, and they've been married ever since. And they're still kids at heart. They have never changed in all their years of marriage. They're very playful, very loving. They love picking on each other. It's very funny to watch them, but I have always loved hearing how much my dad was enthralled with my mother.
Yeah.
So I think if I didn't grow up on a story like that, I would be less inclined to believe it. But
Yeah.
I do believe in it. I do believe it can happen. I think it's rare. I don't think it's as common as people want it to be. But
Yeah.
I do believe it can happen. And of course, I would like that to happen. But again, it's one of those things I kind of have to remember like, it may not happen. It does not mean that the person I end up with is the wrong choice.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I guess I think when I looked over kind of our questions, my I was gonna say no. Um, I was gonna say I don't believe in it. Um, I thought it's a little silly,
Mhm.
to believe in love at first sight. But then I thought about it a little bit more, and I'm gonna get a little deep here and kind of a little sad. So apologies. My grandfather just passed away. Um, right after our Tahoe trip, our last one, which you already know about.
Mhm.
Um, we love and miss him every day. Um, and he and my grandmother have been together for a really long time. It was, I think they've been married. They were coming up on their 78th anniversary this year.
Goodness.
So they've been together since they were very young. They had my dad at 18. My grandmother has never lived alone. Like, this is, I mean, this was hard for her. Um, but that, I think about it and it's like, who else would she have been with? She loved him so much that they were high school sweethearts. And then they moved out, had a kid together, got married. Like, that's a lot. And I think that is the only reason that I would say I believe in true love at first sight, because of how long they made it together. I think it's possible. I don't think that it happens to everybody. And like you said, it doesn't mean it's the wrong person. I think it's just that sometimes it's just how it happens. It's kind of like a phenomenon, not like how you find them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because you don't experience that doesn't mean that it's not that. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't have to love somebody from first sight to be in love with them. It's just, if you love them, you love them. That's all it is. That's all it has to be. But I get so happy when I hear people who fell in love at first sight. I really do. Like my grandparents and like your parents.
I
It's
know
nice.
you always say, "Oh, that's so cheesy," but then when you hear a story like it, you're like, "Oh my god, I want that."
Yeah.
It's a very you know, tear and pull situation. Like you want it, and then you're like, "Oh, that's so cheesy," and then you're like, "Oh my, I really want a pure love like that."
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of goes into the next question as well. Is falling in love a priority for you?
Um Personally, no. I think that um you know, I've had a lot of relationships in my life, and I think it's just time that I take a break. Maybe. I don't know. I think in our first episode, I actually said that I wanted to get back in the dating pool. But and I do. It's just that I don't think being in love or having a lover is really a top priority in my life. I've got so much else going on. It's like, do I really want to drag my partner into all that? I've got a lot of stuff going on. It's like, oh, we could do it together, but I want to heal a little bit more.
Mhm. You're on hiatus right
Yeah.
now. You're on a temporary hiatus at the
Yeah.
moment.
It's, I would love to be with somebody and to, ooh, sorry, I have hiccups. Um, and to have a partner to do this with. But for the foreseeable future, at least for this year, no, I'm good. Honestly, I'm not interested in anybody. I don't know anybody. Like, maybe here and there, I've talked to some people that I may have an interest in, but it's like, not really. It's very casual, and I think I like to stay that way for now.
Well, yeah, because for once, you're actually putting yourself first.
Yeah, and staying single.
Yes,
Because
I
I used
think.
to just, that was my issue in high school,
Mhm.
was that I thought that I had to be in love, that I had to have somebody. And I think I didn't realize at the time that I didn't need that.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't, I didn't,
as a kid, it's very, very easy to fall in love or think you're in love.
yeah. And I think that's the problem, is that so many people just think that they are, but in reality, that's just not how it is.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sorry, but um falling in love is hard. Being in love is hard. Knowing what to do is hard. And I think that love is work.
Mhm.
And if you aren't ready for that. It should be left to, to sit for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be ready emotionally to be able to handle that. And I remember in high school, I was not.
I
And
don't
I
think
thought I
any of
was.
us were.
We might have thought we were, but we weren't.
We really thought that we had it figured out. Like, we thought we would be the ones to break the stereotype.
Yeah.
And gosh, did we have egg on our face.
Yeah. And now here we are.
Here we are,
Having been the stereotype.
both on a hiatus.
Yep. That's unfortunate. Because I have love to give, but I don't think I need to be giving any of it right now.
Give it to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of where my thoughts are at with that.
Mm-hmm.
Is much as I want a relationship, not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think everyone should think that way, is to kind of evaluate yourself before you jump into something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what about you? How do
And
you
then
feel about
there's
that?
me. Kind well, a little bit opposite of you. I am a romantic at heart. I'm someone that can fall in love easily. I'm a very doting person. I'm ready to give everything, even if someone's not. And that's always been an issue I had where I'm ready to give everything while the other person's giving little to nothing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a priority to me, but it's not the number one at the moment.
Yeah.
I think right now it's establishing a career, and then I'm not closed off to love,
Yeah.
but I'm not going out and seeking it at the moment like I was in high school.
Yeah.
I'm very someone that loves fast and hard. I'm ready to give everything. And at the moment, I have nothing to give to myself, let alone someone else at the moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might bring some conflict when there doesn't need to be, and that's not fair to the other person.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not opposed to it. I just think I'm at the right age now where I know what I want for myself and for my future. I know what kind of values I want when starting a family. And if I find someone that, checks the right boxes, that has ambition and a future of their own they want to plan with me, then I'm all for that. But at the moment, it's not something that I'm seeking. Like, I'm not going on dates every weekend or talking to people.
Yeah.
I've been bone dry of talking to people for a little while now. I went on a few dates when I first moved,
Yeah.
but again, I think the issue I have is one, trust with
Yeah.
online dating. I I am an old fashioned at heart. I really want to meet someone organically. I know given the modern day it's less likely to happen, but I'm not a huge fan of dating apps.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've been ghosted, uh, blocked, and then unblocked, and they kind of act like I'm a new person they're talking to.
Yeah.
Or you both are on the same page, and then they turn around and say, it's not what I'm looking for. Or they kind of I think the biggest thing too is people don't know how to have a conversation
Yeah.
anymore. And for me that's big. Communication's a big thing. I don't think people want to talk anymore,
No.
which is very sad because as a romantic, I want to talk to you. I want
Yeah.
to tell you all the things I love about you. I want to read poetry to you. I want to talk about your day, my day with you, everything. I'm a listener. I want to know everything about you.
Yeah.
And if I don't get that, then I feel very shut off, and then in return I'm also closed off.
Yeah.
So again, I think for me it's about when I think I found the right person, I'm more open to things.
Yeah.
I think whereas before I kind of let anyone in, and that was a very, very wrong decision.
Yeah.
So now I'm a bit more mindful of my actions and how I present myself. But I'm also very airheaded. Like sometimes I don't know when someone's hitting on me.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, so sometimes I need confirmation because if not, I will have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it is, but it isn't. At the moment, I'm not seeking it, but I'm also not closed off to it. But I do want to find love.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's a weird in between almost,
Hmm.
you know, where you want it um but it's like your current situation just, you know, doesn't feel like it's the right time at
Hmm.
this second. But I think eventually we'll find that right time.
Hmm.
It'll just, you know, take a bit for it
I
to come
also want
along.
to present my best self.
Yeah.
I don't want to give a half version of me. I feel like that's not fair. I definitely want to be I want to put my best foot forward for that person.
Yeah.
I think that's when I'll know I found interest in someone is when I put down the front and I show, this is me. If you like it, that's great. If not, I understand. But I'm at the age and mindset. Well, I will not change my personality anymore for anyone.
Yeah. It I completely agree there. Okay, so this one's quite the change of tune, but what snack do you always get at the movies?
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. If we're talking going to the theater, I always get if I'm with my my parents, we always get they have this option now where you can get an extra large popcorn and it has free refills.
Oh?
If I'm by myself, I get a medium so I can eat that by myself every day.
Yeah.
No butter. Sorry, I don't like butter on my popcorn. It makes me sick.
Really?
Yes, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. You gotta get the popcorn always, no matter what. Even if you don't like it, you have to get it for the experience.
Yeah.
And then I always get an icy mixed always blue raspberry with cherry. No better combination ever. And that's about it. Now, if we're doing an at home movie, nothing's off limits.
Yeah.
I'm talking the entire coffee table is filled with snacks.
I think we've done that before. Like when we went to Tahoe, do you remember?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
how many God, the amount of Sour Patch Kids we ate? We were
I'm
like
surprised your
kids on
tongues didn't
Halloween.
fall off.
I know.
All the sour.
That was nuts. Like how the hell?
Ooh, if it's also a movie longer than 2 hours, sometimes I'll get like a nice little candy option.
Ooh, yes.
Either like Reese's Pieces, so good, or like M&Ms. I
Yeah,
think a nice chocolate goes well.
I think that's good too.
All right,
Oh,
let me
man.
hear it. Let me hear your options. Let me hear it.
So personally, there's I go to Regal Theater. Um I know that most snacks at theaters are the same, but like really the only good options are their popcorn. Sorry, Regal. Um my bad. I just it's the closest theater to me. And also this theater is dead. Like the times that I've been, I think I went to go see Goat recently, and I know. Hear me out. Don't laugh at me. And Iron Lung, and I went pretty much back to back, like one day and then the next. So I went Iron Lung first, which by the way, never watch Iron Lung front row, first row. Never sucks. You're like 3 inches away from the fucking screen, looking up at him while he's grunting and groaning. Like I'm trying to see the movie, and all I can hear is him. Like it's a good movie, don't get me wrong, but like anyways, and there was like maybe 4 other people in that theater with me, and there's like at least 100 seats in that theater. And then it was the same thing for Goat, where it was like I think it was literally 2 other people. And that was it. Me and like this girl and her mom.
Oh,
Like it was like a teenager and her mom going to see this really cute movie. I was like, oh wow, and it was just us. Like nobody else came.
love it.
And so it's like the perfect theater that like if you just want to book a seat, you could sit literally anywhere you want in the theater. Like it don't matter where you sit. You could just pick and choose.
Well,
But
is popcorn the only snack?
popcorn is usually the only snack I get, but I like to pair it up with cuz I like buttered popcorn. Um I usually pair it up with like chocolate um and anything peppermint for later cuz I get
Mm.
nauseous during movies, like in a big movie theater cuz the screen is so goddamn big. And like my eyes got to like move all the time, so I kind of I bring peppermint. So I have the popcorn first. I usually finish that off, and then I have a little chocolate, and then if I get nauseous, peppermint. That those are kind of my choice snacks for movies.
Well, speaking of going to the actual movies, has going to the movie theaters lost its touch?
I think, um, slightly,
I'm gonna let
yeah.
you go because I'm very passionate about this subject. So you please go.
Like, hear me out. When we were teenagers, I think going to the movies was all the rage, and that's fine, honestly, because like I love the movies. But the problem is now is just that I don't have time to go. Every I think the only I go like at least once a year. And it's Christmas time. Me and my friends, we go down to the West Wind Drive-In and we watch a movie at the drive-in no matter if it's foggy or not. We just pick a movie and we go see it. We didn't go last year because life kind of got in the way. And it was unfortunate that everything went down the way that it did. But it was great. I mean, it was fantastic. We met new people. I think the first time we went, we watched this like horror Santa Claus movie, and I don't remember what it was called. It was so weird. And I barely remember what happened in it. I just remember that when they got outside, that something about Santa was like a spy, or I have no idea. It was so bad, but it was so funny. I think it was like called Santa is Here or something. I have no idea. But going was great. And I love the drive-ins, but the drive-ins is so complicated. Because if you don't have
They
a
are.
radio, you have to have your car on the whole time for 2 hours. And it's like at that point, my battery's gonna be dead before we even leave. And then if we don't keep the car on, like the audio is horrible and we have to like sit in the cold. And it's like, I don't want to do that either. And then there's always people walking in front of you. Like there was like I think one time we went and saw oh god, Guardians of the Galaxy, like the newest one.
Mhm.
And um it was so weird because there was just this woman standing in front of us, like in front of our car, like walking around. We were like, "Okay, come on, lady, sit down, please." She did not sit down, in fact. Um,
Oh
and
no.
then I think the next year we went and saw um the Hunger Games, and that was fun. But again, people walking in front of the car, people talking really loud, and we had decided that we'd just sit in the car this time, so I had to keep the car on the whole time. And then, which by the way, I use this is some information. I My car doesn't have Bluetooth in it, so I use this little device to make it Bluetooth, and it hooks up to one of the empty radio stations. What I didn't know up until that point is that anybody could just change to that radio station and hear my music.
Oh,
It is broadcast to the whole world. I didn't know that. So when I'm switching the stations on my car, I hear my music playing. And I'm like, wow, I like this station. It's my station. My music on my phone is still connected to the car, but it's not on the right setting to where I can hear it, but I hear it on the radio. And I started changing my music and I could still hear it. I'm like, that is no bueno. Not good. So I was very shocked. So now I know
mm.
that people can actually hear my music if they turn into my radio station. Um, and if you are playing on the same station, the music kind of gets switched. So other people in their cars can hear your music and I can hear theirs, including if they're having a conversation on the phone.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah. So that was, I think, really weird. So I'm sitting in like the drive-in trying to figure that out, and all my friends are like, "Oh my god, hurry up! The movie's gonna start." It is just a lot of stress. That it like I love the drive-ins. It's great, and I think we should do it when you come out.
Mhm.
But it is so specific that I think we're gonna have to find a radio beforehand. And then going to like just regular movies, I do feel like has lost its touch ever so slightly. Because like what? I want to go to a movie theater to be surrounded by other people who are gonna watch the movie and cough in my face and be gross around me. What are that couple doing down there? What are they doing? Oh, they're yeah, okay. Yeah, they're doing that down there. What about up behind me? Oh my goodness. And like to be honest, we were no better in high school. Do you remember when we went was it prom?
Yes.
It was 4 or 5 of us all went to the movies in our dresses after going to Mel's.
Or giant
And
ball gowns,
oh,
basically.
it was for A Quiet Place too. And then when that little kid got snatched, I fucking goose laughed, and then everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then,
I mean, you can't help your laugh though.
yeah, but like also, oh my god, like I feel bad for everybody else in that theater. Like it was, and like people were laughing too, and like I don't know if you remember, like during like the ads, there was like a bunch of kids above us, I think, or like below us that kept yelling like penis,
Oh my gosh, yes.
and we were like laughing about it because they were funny.
It was one of the old concession stand ads, and it was like describing stuff you can get. And I think one of the lines was like, enjoy a nice ice crisp, and all of a sudden I hear penis, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, we're looking around to see who it was, like, and everything, and it was so bad.
Mhm.
But I do feel like it's lost its touch a little bit and has become more of a, I guess, way to see the movie before it comes out on other streaming services
Mhm.
instead of a place to go and enjoy a movie together with your friends.
Mhm.
Because, like, if I'm gonna choose between a movie theater and then waiting for the movie to come out and then hosting a watch party with my friends, I prefer the second one.
Mhm.
Like, I would much rather host a watch party with my friends. Like, I remember when, what was it? Five Nights at Freddy's came out, and I remember I still haven't seen those movies, neither of them.
I
I
know what
know.
we're doing.
That's on the list of movies that we gotta watch. Bolt, do not. He's barking at me. Because he hates that I haven't seen the movies either. Um, yeah, you tell him. Tell him how I'm bad about watching movies. I even had a friend recently who's part of this furry community because, like, of course, I was looking up furry convention tickets. Why not? Um, also, my profile picture gives me away. Um,
Exposed.
yeah. And they were like, "Have you seen Zootopia 2 yet?" And I'm like, "No." And they were like, "What? That you're a traitor?" And I'm like, "No, excuse
You're a
me. No,
traitor.
I'm not a traitor because I didn't go watch some weird furry movie, which, by the way, I still haven't seen it. I just, like, I don't want to go to the movie theaters and watch this movie because, like, by the way, first off, I think that's like the most embarrassing thing I could possibly do. Like, I went and I watched Goat. I think going to watch Zootopia 2 would be worse than that. Goat was cool. If I go to Zootopia 2, I'm basically outing myself to everybody in that theater. Ain't nobody gonna
Like
be in that
everyone
theater.
knows, they're gonna walk away. He's a furry.
Oh, well, I don't know if you remember what happened when the first Zootopia movie came out. Everybody in their fursuits came to watch the movie in theaters. There are photos of people going to watch this movie in their fursuits, like as
As
groups. Like,
long as they are clean, I do not care
yeah,
how you
like
come as.
I don't care either. But, like, I go in there and people look at me funny, and I'm like, don't look at me like that. We both know why I'm going to see this movie because I like the art. Let me be me.
Let me be me.
And Bolt, cut that out. He's playing with a cord. Not really, his tail's hitting it, but um that's what that noise is. It's I think it's lost its touch. It's more of I feel more judgment walking into a theater now than I did as a teenager. And I think for me that's kind of why it lost its touch.
Can I cook now?
Yes, you cook now.
Let
Sorry.
me cook.
I said my piece. I'm done.
All right, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna start off my reason, and then I'm gonna give you 4 stories to back
Oh,
up my reason.
okay.
3 happened to me personally, 1 happened to my friend who saw a different movie the same time as me. Okay. I love going to the movies. I really do. It's almost a part of my everyday life. I am the first person to pre-order tickets, get tickets the day before they're supposed to come out. I'm all for going. I am a firm believer that after COVID happened, people lost all manners of going to the movies. All of the etiquette got thrown out the window. And a lot of kids and COVID babies who stopped going to the movies lost all common sense when going to the movies. Now, one issue I have with going to the movies is one, people talk throughout movies. They do. It's different if you lean over and whisper something to your friend or like you all laugh at something and comment something. But when you're talking throughout the entire movie, it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but when I was a kid, the ushers would come in periodically to all of the theaters and kind of, look around, make sure everything's okay, and then leave. They would do that repeatedly. I do not see the same thing, at least where I go to see my movies. I rarely see it, ever. So there will be times when I'm seeing a movie and I can distinctly identify a voice or two from behind me or next to me throughout the entire movie. Even through action scenes, I can hear their conversations.
Oh my god.
I should not be paying $30+ for one person to go see a movie to enjoy an art form, only to be disturbed by people who do not know how to act.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to get into the stories. So, I went to go see the second Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga.
Yes.
I was very excited. I read up on all the press they did. I kept up with what the director was putting out. I listened to the interviews when they went to the film festival. There were only about, I'd say, in total, 4 of us. It was very early in the day, so it was pretty obvious there weren't going to be a lot of people, and I know a lot of people weren't excited to see it anyway, but I was. I was very excited.
Yeah.
I had one guy a row above me, but a bit further to my right. And then I had a couple a row below me, a bit to my right, but very close to me. Now, if anyone read anything about the movie, you would know it had a lot of songs in it. And a lot of it was Joaquin and Lady Gaga singing. If you didn't know that, it was a bit of a surprise. But nonetheless, I get people can have opinions on movies. I should not have to hear for an hour your review of the movie as it goes along. I am a firm
Yeah, no.
believer if you are not enjoying the film and it gets to the point where you're huffing and puffing and shouting out loud how much you're tired of hearing songs, you can walk out.
Yeah.
No one's holding you hostage. I do not want to hear your opinion while the movie is still going on. I got it the first 45 minutes that you are not enjoying yourself. That is fine. But do not hinder my experience of a movie I am actually enjoying. You can leave.
Yeah.
Second story. I go to see the new Superman movie, the one by James Gunn. I was ecstatic. I was so ready for it. I, again, got my ticket early, super early. There was a decent amount of people, but again, it was like the middle of the day, and everyone was spread out pretty evenly. And the last people to come in was this rather large family. It was 2 women with 5 kids. I don't know if it was like 2 sets of mothers with their kids, a mom and her sister. I don't know. I kind of predicted it would be hectic the moment they walked in.
Yeah.
The kids were kind of running everywhere. It took them 10 minutes to get the kids to even sit down in their chairs. So the 2 women sat on opposite sides, so all the kids were in the middle. Well, while the trailers were going on, one of the kids was kind of throwing a fit because he didn't want to sit by this person. He wanted to sit by another kid. So that fit went on for 10 minutes before he finally got to move. Well, then this kid wanted this other kid's snack, but he wasn't sharing. So that started another tantrum with the new kid. Again, all while the trailers are going on. I get it. Some
Jesus.
people don't care. People still talk. They're on their phones for trailers. I get it. I can let that slide. We get to the movie. How long do you think into the movie the kids were screaming, yelling, making noises, and throwing things?
I want to say the whole time.
About halfway in the movie.
Jesus.
And then finally, someone behind me literally went, shh. That kind of hushed things down for 2 minutes. Then the kids got riled up again because there was a kiss scene that happened. And all of a sudden, you had two kids saying, ew, and one kid saying, they're kissing.
Oh my God.
And I know how kids are about that stuff. We all were like that. The problem is, if you're taking kids to the movie, and some of them were not young, mind you. There was maybe 2 toddlers, but the other ones easily should have been taught, we don't do this.
Yeah.
But they kind of seem to run the place. Like, I don't know. And then finally someone said, be quiet, very loudly. And all of a sudden, I hear like loud stomping going down the stairs, and I see an adult running. I'm like, oh, finally someone's going to say something.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to enjoy the movie, getting back into it, trying to, block out the noise. And then finally they left.
Thank God.
But again, I don't know what it is with people who don't teach their children how to behave in a movie.
And yeah.
Again, I know sometimes when you go and see a kids movie and it's a whole house full of kids, it's not going to be the quietest place. I got it.
No.
But this was technically a teenager/adult film. There's a time and a place, and that was not the time or the place to be loud, obnoxious, and rowdy.
Yeah.
Third story. My mom and I went to go see Inside Out 2.
Oh, yeah.
We were, very excited. We loved the first one together. And we purposely picked a movie very late so there wouldn't be as many people.
Yeah.
And there wasn't. But again, I don't know if it's just my luck or what. To the right of us, like 2 or 3 seats over, there were these group of young girls. They had to have been in middle school at least. And also, I don't know if you realize this new thing of going to the movies is bringing like all these heavy blankets and stuff.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
when I was growing up, you were not allowed to bring it. You were lucky if you could bring a winter coat in.
Yeah.
But, all of them had these thick, heavy blankets and they're in their pajamas. They're snuggled up. I'm like, oh, that's really cute. It's like a girls' night out,
Yeah.
And there was no parents, which is fine if your kids know how to act.
Yeah.
Now, the entire time, they are taking pictures of the film, using Snapchat, and recording TikToks.
Jesus.
Here's my issue. And it has to come down to social media as well. Why would you come to a movie if all you're going to do is film it on your phone?
Because people are idiots.
Part of going to the movies is a chance for you to put your phone down, turn it off, and focus on the art. But no, the entire time they're recording, taking pictures, and being loud. Again, They're at that age, if they can go to the movies by themselves, they should know how to act.
Yeah.
Fourth story. My friend's niece took her daughter to go see the new Strangers movie.
Ah, yeah.
And there was this couple apparently near them. I don't know if they were next to them or not, but they were near them. And here's another issue I have going to the movies is people using drugs in the actual movies.
Mm.
They reeked of a certain substance. They were, obviously not in a sober frame of mind. And apparently during the movie they got a little too comfortable.
Oh.
In a booked out theater house, they were doing intimate things. And keep in mind, although this is technically I'll call it an adult movie because I think it was rated R or PG-13, something. There are kids even middle school who could go to those movies with an adult. Now, my friend's daughter is in middle school. She's in 8th grade. And although she is aware of what that stuff is, she's still a kid and she should not have to be seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently they were very loud. And again, you're in a room full of people who paid to come see this movie. It's okay if you want to be on something. Don't do it in a public space like that.
Yeah.
And if you want to be intimate with your partner, that's fine. Why on earth would you do it in front of everyone? Distracting people from the movie. So, I think a lot of people don't go to the movies anymore because one, you can wait until it's out on streaming services for free. Two, you go on media and any movie could be spoiled for you because people don't know how to not record things.
Yeah.
Three, people have lost etiquette in movies. I don't know if there need to be more strict regulations or more participation from ushers. I don't know what needs to happen, but it's to the point where every age is acting up. From
Yeah.
elders to adults to children. It's a problem. I will still continue to go, but there are times when I regret going and I hate that feeling, but I'm paying all this money to go as one person,
Yeah.
and my experience gets ruined by to a party of people.
Yeah.
Also, side rant, I just remembered this. Side rant, when we went to go see Barbie, there was this family next to us. Beautiful family. The little girl was so enthralled by the movie. She was so cute. She was holding onto the rails in front of us, dancing to the music. She was dressed up
Oh.
so cute. She had little pigtails. She looked so adorable. I didn't notice that they also had like an infant, which is she was perfect the entire movie. Perfect baby, no problems. When the lights came on and they were the first to leave, we looked over. They left a used nappy slash
Mm,
diaper and left it
mm,
on the
mm.
seat for the ushers to clean up.
Uh-uh.
And I'm talking like a thick one. It wasn't just like oh, quick. It was like a fully used one. They left it on a chair for the people to throw away for them.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. I yeah. I don't know what needs to happen, what needs to change, but sometimes it does make me angry seeing something that was so cherished in my childhood going down the pipeline.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's lost some of its nostalgia and touch. I just don't know what needs to happen. I don't You can't change people, you know?
I I think I unfortunately I don't think it's ever going to change. That's just I think people nowadays have just become so accustomed to people cleaning up after them and doing whatever they want. Kind of leaving this space for people in public spaces where they think that they can just treat people however they want in the spaces however they want.
Mhm.
Like when I leave a movie theater, I make sure I got all my trash, all my stuff, and I bring it with me. And I make sure that it gets all in the trash can. And that if I spill anything while I'm throwing it away, I pick it up, clean it up. Like, I'm not the kind of person that just like spills stuff. If I spill something in the middle of the movie, I'm going to pick it up. Like, I'm so sorry. The amount of times that I've gone to a theater and then, like, as I'm walking to my seat, the floor is sticky from where people have spilled their sodas and then never cared to clean it up.
Ugh.
And then the ushers had to come clean it up and it's just permanent stickiness. That I hate it.
And it's so unfair to them. I get it. You could argue, well, that's their job. Okay, that's fine. But you couldn't pick up your nappy.
Like,
You had to leave a soiled, God knows what was in it. You
yeah,
couldn't take it with you to throw away. No
how
one's asking you to keep
nasty.
it in your bag, but there's 4 trash cans right outside those doors. Why
Yeah,
would you make someone pick up your child's bio waste?
like, good lord.
Anyway, I could go on for like 5 hours about this topic, but I'm sure it'll come up in the future too, but yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure we're both gonna have more to say about this, and you know. So, what are you currently watching?
Ooh. So I just binged all of the live action One Piece season 2.
Ooh,
Very, very good. I enjoyed every moment of it. I'm impressed they managed to squeeze in as much as they could in season 2. They covered a lot of Easter eggs. I enjoyed a lot of many glimpses of future characters, maybe depending how many seasons they go. I
yeah,
quite thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very beautiful. The acting was on point. All the new actors that joined, very good. They completed the rest of the cast. I didn't really have any notes on it. I really like the direction they're going in. And I cannot wait for season 3, although I am quite sad that I have to wait. I think they said 2027 or 2028. So
yeah,
that is quite sad because they left on quite a good note. Again, I've been watching the anime since I was 3. I know it's going to happen, but it's to see what they do with it.
yeah,
Because again, live action and animation look completely different. And
yeah,
sometimes you do things differently and you want to see their take on this, or are they going to include this? Are they going to do their own thing? So again, it's one of those frustrating things where they're too good that you lose your patience. You don't want to wait. I want to see it now.
yeah.
Show me what I want, please. And then you and I talked a bit about it last week. I was a bit late on the train. Sorry, I was doing things. I completed Beastars,
Yeah,
the anime. I I enjoyed it. For what they produced, I enjoyed it. Again, I read the manga, so I knew it was going to happen. I think it was sad though to
yeah,
see that they couldn't include a lot of other stuff because of the budget.
yeah,
They were only able to produce what they could work within the budget, and that is very sad to think because I know a lot of people were critiquing the season harshly because of that. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, I don't think people realize in animation you're given a budget.
Yeah.
They're very, very, very strict usually about not going over. So you have to decide what gets filled in those lines.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do sacrifice a character or certain interactions, but I think for the
Yeah.
most part they kept what people wanted.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, please click away or skip now because we're gonna probably get into some spoilers.
Yeah.
Um, they kept a lot of stuff about Melon. They touched a little bit more on Legoshi and Haru's relationship. They talked about Legoshi's relationship with being introduced with ocean life and how it works in the ecosystem down there.
Yeah.
We had the big black market fight. Again, I think, obviously they had to speed it up. You could tell at the end they were really wrapping things up because the
Yeah.
ending, at least to me, was very rushed. Even the after credit scenes, you kind of, if you hadn't read the manga or don't want to, you kind of are left with wondering what happened to these other characters.
Yeah.
Because
And
obviously, Legoshi and Haru get together, and that's great. That's what we all wanted. But if I didn't know what else happened, I would be a little like, what about all these other characters? Like, we got like what 5 seconds of like Juno and Louis, and it's like, what else happened to these people?
yeah. And I think, because for anyone who hasn't seen it, again, spoilers. And also, I want to give a bit of a content warning because a lot of the topics in Beastars is very, I think, can be kind of triggering.
Intense.
Um, yes. Um, like, I want to talk about how they left a lot of plot out about Melon.
They did.
Um, like in the manga, it's implied that I think in the beginning that Melon's mom kind of ate his dad. And on top
Mhm.
of that, like really missed him. And she saw a lot of him in Melon, leading to some CSA,
Some inappropriate things.
yeah, between a a mom and a child. And it's not directly, I think only once it's ever really shown, and it's very tame compared to what was implied in the manga. Um and I think the fact that, it turns out that, his dad never died. His dad just left because he
I
couldn't handle
know.
it,
That's
and
so.
that he was alive the whole time. And he gets to like see his dad. Or wait, no, who meets his dad? Is it him or is it Legoshi?
Now that we're talking about it, of course, it slips my mind.
Because
Um,
I think it's Melon who sees him and then like sees like in an alleyway or something, like in the black market or some. I have no idea.
I'm trying to look it up. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You
um,
do that. Um, I I was so sad that they left all that out because it was so important that was
um,
talked about, and
we
it
were
was just,
both way off. Sorry.
who was it?
Okay, now that I'm reading it, it makes a lot of sense. It was Gosha and Yaya.
Huh? Oh, Gosha and Yaya
They meet
met
and
him.
confront Melon's father when they see him at the black
Oh,
market, and they recognize him because of his horns from Melon.
okay.
So apparently, I believe this is correct. Melon's, I don't even ask me his name. I don't know. He left because he was a coward. Um, because he was scared of the fear and social pressure of his relationship with his wife.
Yeah.
So he did abandon him, but he did it more so in a selfish way rather than like I don't love you. It's still not right.
Yeah, no.
But
And
imagine if he would have stayed.
yeah, and I think that the implication that it seems that she um ate him was so odd. And it seemed like that's what Melon believed, is that, he had been devoured by his mom. And he ends up, this was the one thing that was left in the anime, was that he killed his mom with an, what was it? The iron, like when you iron your shirt.
He
Um
like bashed her skull
her
in with
head.
the yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first he
In
burned her and then
yeah.
did
And
it.
she didn't, which by the way, she didn't react.
She was very submissive for a cheetah.
I think she loved her son, but not in the way that she should have loved a son. She loved her son in the way a husband and wife should have loved each other. And that's, I think, the sad part about his story, is that we're looking into someone who is mentally unwell now. And his trauma took him so far that he became basically psychotic. And he killed his mom to get out of it. And then he seemed that he just couldn't stop. And he started killing innocent people and non innocent people. And I think he just went down a dark path and he couldn't get out of it because of the stigmatism around mixed breeds, or mixed species, sorry.
Well, yeah, he didn't know it, but even his father said, "I was scared that one day I'd be devoured." Well, how
Yeah,
is that supposed to make your son feel? Like,
like your son is mostly antelope.
he's a
Is that
victim of your own fear.
what he is? An antelope?
He's a gazelle,
A gazelle. I'm sorry.
I
Whoops.
believe. Yeah, yeah, gazelle.
I always get those two mixed up. That's probably not good, but
He's a very timid, herding creature, okay?
yeah, and like him as a kid, he's just this sweet little kid who wants to be, normal. And then I think at one point, in the anime, they mention how he kills 3 of his classmates. He pushes them off a roof. Um it it is weird. And then also, by the way, they left out so much story about, what's the rabbit's name? I don't
Q?
remember her name. Yeah, they left out her.
Oh my gosh.
Um, they
Yeah.
mentioned her. They're like, oh my god, like I wonder how, because like I don't know if you remember the scene where the mayor is kind of threatening um Louis's dad. And he's like, I bet that this little boy deer from the black market that got purchased by another male deer would recognize this little bunny.
Well, yeah, then the scene where Legoshi is down in the sewer with the rats,
Yeah,
they showed that
origin
sequence of posters.
yeah, and originally that scene, because I think in the oh, what is it, the manga, that portion should have been him with her in this area. And I think Louis was there, and like they knew each other, like they met up again, like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, they
And
do. They reconcile.
yeah, and like they bring out like this inner species thing where in his mind, um like what is the beast inside of him, and it isn't a wolf, and hers is a predator. And he sees himself, I think, as it was either a mixed species or a or is kind of like this prey, or an herbivore.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing too was Legoshi essentially becomes a disciple of hers
Yeah.
and essentially trains with her. And then I don't think they mentioned that Gohan is her mentor.
No.
Like, he
And
saved her.
yeah. And that's crazy that they didn't mention that because it's like a huge part of the story. And it's like, what the hell? And they went like a completely different direction. I'm guessing it's just because of the budget. They just didn't have the budget to put all this in. And it's like, that's so sad because I, if we're gonna be honest here, both stories went in two different directions. If I had to say which one was my favorite, I would choose the manga over the anime just because of how much they left out. I prefer all the detail that they put into um the story. I think it would have been maybe slightly better planned if they had planned out the first half of that season a little bit better than they
Mhm.
had. Because it seems like they wanted to go slow, and then for some reason in the last part they were just like, oh shit, let's just pack it all at once, here we go. And then now it's like, whoa, okay, back up.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for manga readers, it was definitely it felt like a long wait for
For disappointment.
yeah, basically, which is so sad because it's not their fault. They don't get to control their budget. It's just very sad to see how this anime that was at the top of its game kind of fall a bit.
Yeah,
And I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't give them a higher budget because people wanted this.
yeah, it was like, that's so nuts. It was so good though. Like, I'm not, I'm I guess I don't know. There's, and then like the way that there's certain places that the story takes place that it doesn't happen. Like, I think if I remember correctly, it's been about a year since I've read the mangas. Maybe I have to go back and read them. Um, they don't add. Um, oh, it's leaving me already. um, it's gone. It's gone.
Do
Where'd
you
it
want me to
go?
go while you think about it?
Well, I'm trying to. What was I gonna say? I what? You go. I don't think this is coming back to me.
Okay. I I wish they would have given a little bit more attention to Juno and Louis' relationship.
Yeah.
Because it felt very cut and dry. Whereas in the manga, we kind of see their relationship develop, and then we do get that kind of closure as to Louis' decision to why he kind of breaks it off, despite, knowing they both potentially loved each other.
Yeah. I think if we think about it that way, I think it was done in a different way in the anime, but I they just kind of brushed over it. Like, they swept it under the rug, and I don't like that. Like, when they first kissed in the second season, in the manga, the kiss breaks, and then he leans into it and kisses her again,
Yes, he does.
and he is into it. And then the kiss breaks off one more time, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Like, and of course it's Juno. She's like, "Forget that ever happened." And he's like, "Okay." And then she's like, "Wait, why do you want to forget this ever happened?" And she goes, "Because you told me to." Like, she's all over the place, but that's why I love her so much.
I will
Um,
say though, in both medias, the breakup is abrupt in both the manga and
yeah.
anime, but at least in the manga, you got to see what kind of relationship they had, whereas the anime, you saw they kissed, they had drinks, and then breakup.
Well, okay. This is where I'm going to add something in here. Um, let's not forget the interview that he did with that. What was she, a an ostrich or a peacock? I can't remember what she was. Um, but he did this interview, and they like kind of asked him if interspecies relationships could be a thing, and or it was like a question. It was like, I'm scared because I love an herbivore or whatever. And
Mm.
he's like, my friend. But we both know who he's really talking about. He's talking about himself
Mhm.
and how much he loves her. And even like that scene where him and his fiance, his dear fiance, are in the hotel together, and he's trying to make it work, but he's like, I can't do this. Like, I don't think we'll ever air a child because I don't I'm not attracted to herbivores. I'm attracted to only carnivores. And she's just like, okay, this is a business transaction then.
Which is, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, so does that mean like you're just gonna technically cheat on me our entire lives? Like, because there's
Yeah,
no way she's not getting gratification. Seeing how much he was pushing for things, there is no way she's fine with just being business partners, like with
yeah.
nothing else.
Because that confuses me the most in both the anime and the manga. Like, I get it, but it's clear that neither of them loved each other. And you could tell that she tried, but clearly it wasn't going to work out.
She was definitely, I'm trying to word this right. I don't want to say she wore the pants, but she was like, this is my duty. My dad said I'm marrying him. It's for the business. Done. Nothing else to think about. Whereas Louis was like, how can you be okay with this? And she was like, because I was told to, and this is a business transaction for our
Yeah,
companies. Like, you could tell that she was very ready, persistent. Like, this is happening. Like, I know you said you're not attracted to me, but we're still getting married. Like, I'm not calling it off.
yeah,
I think he was expecting her to be a bit more like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm calling it off. Like, but she wasn't. She's like, our families have prepared us for this. This is our responsibility. Like, we're doing this.
yeah. And I think it really puts into perspective like the storyline. But I would, if I were to tell anybody like to either go read or watch, read first, then watch,
Yes.
because you will. It's either way you're going to be disappointed. Um, it's you're gonna watch the anime if you watch it first, and then you go read the manga. You're gonna be disappointed later, in how much the anime didn't leave in. I think people need to go into it knowing the information and then watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And like both were good, but definitely the manga was better. And I wish I could read it all over again from the beginning.
I know. One had freedom, the other one was restrained.
Yeah,
But besides Beastars, have you been watching anything recently?
I've been doing a lot of rewatch
Me too.
of
Oh my god,
shows.
me too. Thank
Um,
you.
and like I have this group of friends who love them to death. Shout out to them. Um, they have all seen Steven Universe except for one. And he has never seen Steven Universe. He doesn't know what it's about. Nothing. And like that was so surprising to me because Steven Universe would have been like right up his alley, and he just like didn't know anything about it. So every night they put on Steven Universe. And because of that, I started rewatching it. And I'm weird. I like to watch my shows in order of timeline instead of in order of release. I've heard people say that they prefer in order of release, but it's like I would much rather watch it in order of the timeline.
Oh yeah, if everything's out, then yeah, I would like to watch the timeline. But if it's like a wait till next week, then I have no choice. But
Yeah. Like it's like there's the original show, which is Steven Universe, and then they have the movie, and then they have I guess it's in order anyways, but some shows are like, oh, let's release what happened before this happened. Woo! And it's like, I'm gonna watch that first and then the original show.
Yeah, nice try, but thank you.
Like, no thanks. I love it when we do this, but like also no. So screw you, I'm gonna watch it the way that I want. So I often, when that kind of thing happens, I watch it in order of how it happened rather than watch it from date of release. So I've been going through Steven Universe, and I'm on the show right now, and then I'm gonna move on to the movie, and then I'm gonna do the second show. So Steven Universe has kind of been there for me, like as a person.
There for me.
It's
It
like
tucks me in at night.
it's nice to have, and so I get to rewatch that. I don't watch a lot of new movies and shows unless I know I'm ready to sit down and focus. I like
know,
to
I
doodle.
usually have to pressure you into the.
Yeah. But if we're gonna talk about shows and stuff, I like currently coming up. I am currently watching a show, and it's not all out yet, but Amazing Digital Circus.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know this, but the new episode is coming out this weekend.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yep, I have it on my calendar. And it's,
Oh,
but
so
it's
that you have on your calendar.
yeah. It's happening while I'm going to be working. So I'm going to sit down and watch this 30-minute episode when it comes out. It's on the 20th, I think, which is what I've heard. Don't quote me on this. It's National Frog Day.
Oh my god. Oh,
So I'm
you
thinking,
know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. I think there's going to be some information about Frogget. And that maybe we're going to see her. And maybe some more about Jax and his relationship with Frogget. I don't know how much you know about the show. I've seen some deep dives on like where the last episode was, where he's looking at that like crystal ball thing.
Mm-hmm.
People have gone through and cleaned up the audio and saying that it sounds like. Wait, have you been? You're at that part, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Spoilers. So sorry.
Yes, so sorry. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
They cleaned up this audio and it sounds like it's Frogget and Jax arguing.
I did see something about that. I just didn't know how true it was.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I guess we'll find out in the next episode. I think it's going to be like 9 episodes long, so this is the second to last episode before the show is completely over. And I've seen some speculations. I refuse to watch the trailer because I don't want to know what happens. I want to go into it blind.
You're brave. You're so brave.
I love going in blind. It's so much fun. I get more emotion out of it. So that's something I've also been watching and waiting for.
Oh my gosh, we are way past the recording time.
Oh gosh. Yup.
Oh gosh. Oh. Well, that was wonderful.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll do another question one sometime soon, but if not, then I'm sure we will though. This is pretty fun.
You know what? I'm excited for the blog. Or not the blog. The vlog that we might do.
Maybe we'll do a blog. I don't know. And we'll staple it to a log and go out in the fog and tra-la-la.
Oh, damn, we rhyming now?
See,
what?
Fuji, I'm romantic. I rhyme. Alrighty, guys. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.